This is the public face of the Indian tea industry. Contented workers in idyllic gardens. But the reality is very different. We are driving onto Dumar Delang, a tea estate that supplies Twinings, Yorkshire Tea, Harrods and Fortnum and Mason. Tea plantation owners in India are obliged by law to provide and maintain adequate houses and sanitary toilets for workers. But this woman shares her small house with 6 other people and hasn't had a working toilet for 36 years.
I've been asking for it to be repaired for years, but management never do anything.
She told us she has no choice but to go in the tea bushes.
This is very broken condition.
And it's not just the toilets that are broken. We were shown houses in terrible condition with leaking roofs and cracked walls. Here it's from Fortnum and Mason, one of the finest stores in Britain.
Yes.
And it says here, Dumar Delang. The workers were astonished at the price the tea they grow can be sold for in Britain.
Yes.
This would cost you 750 rupees.
In Indian rupees?
In Indian rupees,
Oh.
£7.50. Conditions look no better in daylight. The septic tank for the toilet is full to overflowing and they've had to dig this pit, and now the waste from the toilet flows in here. But Sohan, this is right next to your water supply. Is that healthy? This certainly isn't. So in fact the whole place is damp. You can really see, it's like looking up at the stars, there are so many holes. At least the pigs are happy. And it isn't just the workers who grow top-end tea who live like this. These are some of the homes provided for workers by the biggest tea grower in the world, a company called MacLeod Russell. Its estates in Assam supply some of the world's favourite brands, including Lipton's, PG Tips and Tetley. Yet homes have broken roofs, walls are soaking wet. So there's damp on the walls, you can clearly see that. This wall is very damp. This is a family's water source. And this, well, oh my God, this place is infested with mosquitoes. The estate manager admits there is what he calls a huge backlog of repairs. In fact, what they say is they defecate among the tea bushes. Is that acceptable?
That is not acceptable.
But there is a legal obligation to provide adequate toilet facilities.
See, we are proposing it, and slowly we will be doing it. The company has asked us to, within 5 years, to complete it.
We also found other abuses, workers spraying chemicals without protective clothing, and on Dumar Delang, children working. The consequences of these squalid conditions are made worse by low wages. Tea workers earn just over £1 a day, significantly less than the minimum wage in Assam. At the local hospital, doctors told us virtually all the patients they see from tea plantations are malnourished, leaving them terribly vulnerable to disease.
Suppose a child comes in with pneumonia or respiratory infection to us from the tea gardens, then he gets treated here with the appropriate antibiotics and dietary advice, etc. And then we send him back home, and then he goes back to the same environment from which he came in, and then he's exposed to those same vulnerabilities.
All too often, she says, the children die. An appalling price to pay for a cup of tea.